All right guys, so with AI and robotics really kind of starting to take over the world, I got another robot mower for you guys to see today. This one is a new one. It's definitely different, and it's pretty surprising. I'm excited to go ahead and get it opened up here for you though. But we have the ECOVACS GOAT A3000. All right, so this is the upgraded model from the 2500 that we did earlier and the 1000 that we also did. This one though, man, comes with all the bells and whistles. So let's go ahead and get it out of the box. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what you're getting. All right guys, so here is the ECOVACS GOAT A3000. Now, what is different about this machine right off the bat? Obviously, it's more expensive, is what it is. But the reason why, you do not have an RTK station with this machine. You don't have to worry about setting up that RTK station. Now, what it does come with, the same features on the 2500 and 1000, you still have your intelligent path planning, your AV 3D obstacle avoidance, and the IPX6 waterproof design, as well as your cutting height from 1.2 to 3.6 inches. All that is the same. This one has a 50% slope climbing, so about 27 degrees. This machine comes with a 2-year warranty. It does do a 3/4 of an acre in 12 hours, and has a dual blade cutting system and the true edge consistent mowing, so that way your mower is getting as close to the edge as possible, making it easier for you to have to clean up afterwards and not really have to come out and do your edges too often. So why does this machine not have an RTK station? Well, it uses 3D LiDAR. Instead of having to set up an RTK station and do all that extra work, this one has it built in. It's going to use the LiDAR built into the mower to go ahead and map your entire area, store all that information, and go ahead and give you a great mow every time. So let's go ahead, break the box open and see what's in here. All right, so I always want to do one of these. Let's do a cool transition here. Ready? 1, 2. All right guys, so here's everything that comes out of this box. It's very simple and very easy. Far less things that would have come out before. You have your docking station with its plug-in here. There is no secondary wire that comes out of here because there is no RTK station for this machine. You have your power bank here that you're gonna go ahead and plug into your docking station so you get some power. And then because there's no RTK station, you have this really cool, what I want to call the Black Pearl. This thing is your Lels Pro dual LiDAR navigation system. This is what's going to map out your entire lawn with 3D LiDAR support. So it's going to give you accurate data when the machine needs to mow. It's absolutely sick. It looks really, really cool. I'm gonna give you guys a quick close-up. Again, the machines look pretty standard as the other ones here, but this one just looks a little bit better because of this little feature right up here. All right, flipping the machine underneath, you still have your dual blade system here, slightly offset, so you get a really nice cut. 3 blades on each, so you're getting a total of 6 blade cutting. You have your caster wheels and some, again, nice strong tires here to go ahead and grip on those heavy hills. So honestly, we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and get this baby set up because I want to get it mapping real quick. So let's get on over to it. All right guys, so all you have to do is find a good place for your docking station, put her down. You can go ahead and utilize the bolts to go ahead and secure this in there nice and tightly. Then go ahead and take the power cord here and connect it to its power docks. All you gotta do, take this little cord here, plug it right into there, and then plug the rest of this right into the nearest outlet. So super easy to go ahead and get power in there. No crazy wiring involved, just connect and play. So we're really easy and set to go. So now that we have power in, we're gonna go ahead and drop our GOAT right into the docking station here so the charging plates are touching.
Start charging.
And the machine's gonna start charging right away. So while it is charging up, we're gonna go ahead and get the GOAT set up on our app. And it's very easy. You can get the app from the Google Play Store or your Apple Store and go ahead and download that app. It's very simple and very easy. So once you download the app, you'll go ahead and open it up and it's gonna open up the ECOVACS app. If you haven't had an ECOVACS machine before, you'll have to create an account. It's very simple and very easy to go ahead and do. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and hit scan to connect. Once you hit scan to connect, it's gonna open up a little QR code box or a QR code scanner on your phone. You can go ahead and scan that code that's right here on the back of the machine. And so all you have to do is scan that code there, and the machine is starting to power up. It's gonna ask you to power on the machine. So once it's powered on, you go ahead and hit I've powered on the robot. Very easy. And then you're gonna go ahead and pick a specific pin code that you only know. So I'm going to do that for this one here. And basically this is your anti-theft. Nobody can go ahead and utilize your machine without putting in the code that you have created. So make sure that you know this. Anytime the machine is there, lifted up, moved, tilted, any of that, it's going to ask for this code. So make sure you remember that code. Once you're done putting in the code, go ahead and hit next. And then you're gonna press and hold the home button, and release from the robot screen shows a 3-second countdown to confirm entering network setup mode. So we're gonna go ahead and hit the home button here for 3 seconds.
Now setting up the network.
And it's now setting up the network. So now I'm gonna hit I've heard the sound. We're gonna go ahead and go to allow the Bluetooth to activate. So I gotta turn on my Bluetooth real quick. Put in your Wi-Fi password. And now it's connecting to your home's Wi-Fi. All right, and then once you go ahead and get your robot set up to your Wi-Fi, you can go ahead and name your robot. So I'm gonna name mine Billy. He's like a Billy goat, you know? So we're gonna name him Billy. Go ahead and press continue. And basically what this is gonna do is this is binding the robot to your device now. So now this is yours. Nobody else can use it without being, you know, them having your passcode and being able to set it all up. So typically what happens is when you get these machines, you have to update the firmware. So we're gonna go ahead and update ours right now. And we're gonna set it up for automatic updates as well.
Upgrading.
And now the machine is upgrading. So it's gonna go ahead and take some time. Go ahead and upgrade, and we'll be right back.
Firmware upgrade successful.
All right, so now that the new software has been installed on the machine, it's gonna do a quick restart for us. You'll hear the machine kind of go through a quick restart motion, and you'll hear everything kind of going from there. And then once it's done there, we can go ahead and start mapping. So I'm gonna let this thing do its map on its own. The great thing about the ECOVACS GOAT series is that they map all on their own. Love the sound of that coming on. They map all on their own, all right? So you don't have to sit there and follow the machine around. As long as you're within about 19 feet of the machine, it'll do the entire mapping entirely on its own. So very cool. Very easy to go ahead and get set up. So for those of you who are not tech savvy, you don't have to do a whole lot, right? So the machine is charging now, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit it into standard mode because we wanna go ahead and start mowing and get this thing going. So we've already prepared the charging station. We've got it all set up here. And now we've prepared the robot. We've taken off the cap here. In here, it's got a 94% charge, so we're well above the 50% that it requires. And then we're gonna go ahead and jump right into mapping. So let's start into it. We're gonna go and start mapping now. And so when you are mapping though, because this does use the LiDAR, you wanna make sure you have pretty good lighting everywhere. It does do a good job still within nighttime, but you wanna make sure you have at least, you know, good lighting. Obviously don't map at night, doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna jump right into that. If you are going to create a path, it can only go past through grassy path of at least 2.5 feet and 2.6 feet in width and about 65 feet in length. And then obviously don't have it go in areas where it's gonna have a massive drop off. It's just not gonna be safe. And don't exceed a 17% slope during the mapping boundary creation. So before you map, make sure your area is clean. I mean, kind of self-explanatory. All right, so it's gonna go ahead and go through all this. A couple check boxes before we go ahead and get to the mapping station. So here we go, we're getting ready. We're gonna back it on out and start mapping.
Preparing for work.
All right guys, so the ECOVACS GOAT A3000 is really designed for people who, you know, wanna be able to maintain their lawn easily and well without having to sacrifice times from their families or, you know, weekend activities. You don't wanna have to sit here and do too much. The machine really does it all for you and you don't have to worry about anything. So what it does is it gives me more time to spend time with my family, spend some more time on the front lawn if I need to do it, but also make it very, very easy for us to go ahead and maintain our lawns. The machine knows exactly what it needs to do and where it needs to go, and it does it perfectly. There's no RTK. That little cool little ball at the top, the little black pearl at the top, does all the mapping and navigating for the machine on its own and creates a really solid cut. Now with that, it has its dual blade cutting system and this 32 volt ergonomic battery that allows for a really, really awesome cut and is able to kind of get through all the areas that it needs to go. All right, it has this dual camera system in the front so it can navigate and detect any type of obstacle. So if my daughter's out here playing on the lawn, or if the dogs are out here playing on the lawn, or we have some toys left out, it's gonna recognize those items, go around them, and then also be intelligently enough to come back and finish that cut later on and really get a nice cut on the lawn. So really easy, really simple setup. The fact that we don't even have to follow it around while it does its mapping is awesome. I mean, again, what is any easier than creating a machine that does all of the mowing all on its own? What's up, Muffin? Hey. Now, the one thing I would suggest if you do buy the A3000 is definitely get yourself the garage system that comes with it. It's a little platform that goes over the machine while it's in its docking station. Reason being is that that black pearl is its navigation system, and if it gets dirty, if it gets wet and all that stuff, it's gonna have a harder time recognizing where it needs to go. So being able to cover that up, give it a little bit of extra protection to make sure that it does a good job, I think it's gonna be beneficial for you guys in the long run. If you're to spend the amount of money that you're to spend on this, spend the extra couple hundred just to get that little garage system to make sure you're protecting your investment, really. Overall though, super easy setup. Let's go ahead and get a cut in and see how this thing works. You wanna get a cut in? You wanna see it work? Yeah? All right, let's get it. So, we're gonna turn into our app here. So the mapping is now complete, so we didn't even have to follow it around. It did the whole thing all on its own while we sat here. We're gonna go ahead and set the endpoint, and the area is being generated now. See the word start? You hit that? All right, so now it's working. Let's go check it out. Look at it go. So if you guys can hear though, it is actually very, very quiet as it's going by. You can barely hear it. So you can run this thing early in the morning, late at night, whenever you want to, and you're not gonna disturb anybody. Nothing worse than, you know, trying to get an early morning cut in and waking up the neighbors and really having them get upset with you. All right, so as you guys can see too, it is a nice wide body, so it gets a nice big cut in, so it can cut that 3/4 of an acre in 12 hours. That's including the charging time that comes in when it has to go back to a charging station and set back up. So who is this robot really kind of designed for? Well, this machine is going to really be designed towards people who want to be able to have a nice looking lawn, but don't want to really have to spend all their time sacrificing out there mowing it and taking care of it. This really does take a lot of the time out of mowing your lawn. All right, so you can set this thing up, and I would definitely set this up to schedule at least 3 times to 4 times a week. What you want to do is have this scheduled to run more of like a maintenance mow, and it's going to mulch back into your lawn because there is no bagger on this machine here. It's going to drop those clippings back onto your lawn, also giving, you know, nutrients back to your lawn, which is great. But what that does though is you don't want to have, you know, large clippings laying on top of your grass. So you want to have this going about 3 to 4 times a week, so that way you're getting good maintenance cuts, and it always looks good too. That's the biggest benefit, is that your lawn is always going to look good when this machine is running in the background. And you can really set this up to cut lower or higher. I have it set right now just at its standard. You can also change the directional path of how you want the lawn to mow. You can do vertical stripes, diagonal stripes, horizontal stripes, however you want to do it. It's gonna go ahead and do that for you, and then you can change and have that set up so that it changes on a weekly basis, so the mower is not constantly going on the same path every single time, creating those ruts and really kind of giving the lawn a better cut each and every time. So really kind of cool features within the app, and being able to control the height of cut within the app, control the direction of the mower within the app, all these kind of cool things. And then you also have a camera built into the app. So if you wanted to kind of use it as almost as a security camera, you could do that. You can go into your app and it'll pull out the camera so you can see what the mower is doing in that moment. So really cool designs. It's really awesome to see this thing going and make some really great cuts and lines here on the lawn. I mean, it's striping pretty well right now. I know the sun isn't really showing it too well, but it's doing a great job, and it gets really right up there next to the house there. And it's gonna do, what's gonna happen is it's gonna do its main interior cut, and then at the end, it's gonna go around the perimeter and get as close to that house as possible and create a really nice close cut. A lot of these mowers are not getting as close as they can. You have to go back in afterwards and do extra work. What's the point, right? If I'm gonna do a mower like this, I want to do the edges. I want to, you know, I don't want to come back out here afterwards and clean up after it. The machine also has a nice rain sensor at the top. When it detects rain, it'll automatically go back to its docking station, and it'll wait 3 hours after rain before it decides to go back out and mow again, because what it wants to do is have the lawn dry up, and that way you're creating a better cut. You don't want to cut the lawn when it's wet. So it's smart enough to know, like, hey, it stopped raining. We're gonna go ahead and wait 3 hours before we come back out again. You also have a animal protection mode, so it doesn't want to mow at night if you don't want to. If you have that setting set up, basically what it does is it's not going to mow at night to protect nocturnal animals. So entirely up to you if you want to have that setting on. So that's pretty much the gist of the machine. The one thing I want to test out for us real quick is just how good the cameras are in the front to go ahead and detect any type of obstacles in his way. So let's go ahead and throw something in his way and see how it works. And as you can see, the AV 3D system here is working. It detects it, it comes around, and it's going to go ahead and continue its mow. It's gonna go ahead and turn back around, continue its mow, come back and go ahead and keep going. Once the machine has finished most of its cut, it's gonna come back to this area that it did miss and go ahead and finish that cut up. So really cool design. The cameras here work amazingly well with that LiDAR and the 3D cameras in the front. It's able to detect a lot of these issues and create a really, really nice cut. It's also incredibly safe. So if you have your friends, you know, your pets, anything on the lawn, you never have to worry about, you know, anybody getting hurt, because this machine's gonna see it. It's gonna know everything in this area. The LiDAR on this machine is a 360-degree LiDAR, so it's seeing everything all around it all at once, and it's doing an amazing job mapping it all out. So as you guys can see here too, behind me, the mower has now come back to the area where it did miss because we went ahead and put the toy down. It is now mowing the area that it missed earlier due to the obstruction. So very cool design, very easy, you know, awesome to use, to know that, you know, 100% of your area is going to get mowed. So now that it's finished this area off, it's now going to go and do the perimeters. It's going to finish up real quick and then get to those perimeters areas, and we're going to show you guys that real quickly too, because that is awesome. So now the machine has finished its main mow and it's doing its true edge mowing now. So you can see as it's navigating around this corner here, staying as close to the edge as possible, and watch as it comes back in and gets really, really close to the house. Watch as we go here. So we're going to follow along with it. Look how close that thing gets to the house. I mean, that is as close as you can get. You're still gonna have to maybe do some trimming there, as you know, on the edge line, but that is super close to the house. You're getting as close to there as possible, and it's gonna keep going along these edges that it has mapped out. So as you can see here, we're gonna stay really, really close to the edge again. We're gonna turn around this corner. And again, create that really solid cut. I mean, look how close there it's getting. It's getting all the grass and making sure that we are nice and cut, nice and clean going forward. So with that, that is my review of the ECOVACS GOAT A3000. It is a phenomenal machine for the price point that you get it at. It does everything that you're gonna ask it to do. No RTK, easy as pie to set up and get going. I mean, honestly, we had this set up and going in under 2 hours and mowed the lawn and everything in under 3 hours in its first day. So would I continue to use this? Absolutely. If you were looking for something that's automated, easy to use, can cover a wide space, this might be the robot mower for you. All right, it's gonna save you so much time, so much effort, so much energy, and really allow you to put it back into other things, right? Because that's what it's all about now. You know, time is precious, time is money. And if I can spend more time with my family than have to sit here and mow my backyard, I'm gonna do that. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, you guys know what to do. Smash that like and subscribe button. I will link the mower down in the description if you are interested in grabbing one. And as always, guys, go out there, make it a great day. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.